So welcome. Thank you for coming this evening. In the third class of Strength and Resilience, we're going to focus on creating space in the upper back and space around the hip joints. So we're going to oil the hip joints, create space here, and then move into the center. Okay, so we'll start like we often do on our backs. So I invite you to lie down on your back. And this is a great way just to ground yourself, to let go of the day, to let go of whatever was just happening, to release any tension in the body. Allow your jaw to relax.
Let the way of the heart, let the way
Your whole body to sink down.
let the way of your heart.
Observe how you are in contact with the earth.
Let the way of the heart,
And how by simply just accepting everything as it is, your nervous system can relax. You're held by the earth.
love upon love upon love. All hearts beating as one. Light upon
And then bring your attention to your head. And to see how your head is lying on the floor. It could feel quite heavy. The back of the head could feel quite heavy.
let the way of the heart, let the way of the heart, let the way of your heart.
And I invite you to bring your hands to your face. And then just touch around your head. And then start sort of moving your head, so as if your head were a ball. Allow your head to move between your hands. Your elbows are facing up towards the sky rather than out to the side. You can move your head from one side to the other, let it roll. And then take the head in your hands and just lift it up off the ground. And then when it's off the ground again, just create a circular movement or movement from one side to the other without straining the neck. So it's simply as if you wanted to explore how the head is related to your body, how it hangs, and how you can move it with your two hands. And your hands are sort of glued to the skull. So you move your head from side to side. And you can bring it up as far as feels comfortable, chin towards the chest. There's no effort in the neck, it's your hands and your arms that are basically moving the head, your elbows coming up. And then release the head down, release your arms down. You might notice that there's a bit more lightness in the head, that it doesn't touch the ground as sort of strongly as it did before. And then bend both knees. And then grasp your right knee with both hands. And just draw your right knee towards you. And release it, draw it towards you and release it. And then bring your right hand underneath your buttocks and sort of move the buttocks off the ground and back again. So you push your buttocks off the ground, and similar to as what you did with your head, your hand is sort of glued to the buttocks and they move inside your hand. So you can just move the body here. So you're holding your right knee in your left hand and your right hand is sort of pushing underneath the buttocks. And there's a pulsation here. It can be with your breath or without, it doesn't really matter. It's more about where do you feel this? What sensations are there in the body? How is it sort of organizing itself after each movement? And then release down, stretch both legs out. Oh, take a moment to observe. So what does the right side feel like? Any different to the left? Where do you feel it? That it's different? What sensations are there? And then we'll do the same on the left-hand side. So again, we'll bend both knees and then bring the left knee up. Grasp it with both hands first, draw it towards your chest, release it, towards your chest, release it. And then keep the left knee in the right hand and your left hand slides down, grasps the left buttock and just moves it over and up and down again. So without maybe doing it, what we're doing is we're accessing our backs here. We're accessing the middle and the upper back. And of course, oiling all the joints here in the pelvis as well. Keep pulsing here. And all your awareness is inside the body, where we're creating space. And then release down, stretch both legs out, and notice what is different. You probably have much longer legs than before. Bring your awareness now to your hip joints. See how they're lying on the floor now, how they're in contact with the floor, what they feel like. And then we're going to roll over onto our bellies. So I'm going to keep my chest up just because of the microphone, but I invite you to lay your head to one side. It doesn't matter which side. We're going to change sides anyway. So I'm going to stay up, but you'll be down on the ground. And then bend both knees and then flex the right foot. So point the toes of the right foot towards the ceiling and then down towards the earth. So dorsiflexion, this is called, or dorsiflexion and plantar flexion. And without moving the toes, your whole focus now is on the ankle. So it's your ankle actually moving the foot up and down. So see if you can keep your toes still. They'll tend to want to move as well. Toes stay still, and it's just the ankle that moves. And then turn your head to the other side, see what that feels like. And keep creating space here in the ankle as you move it. And we'll soon find out what this does also with the hips. Just the ankle moving on the right hand side. And then roll onto your back. Observe right side and left. The symmetry of our body allows us to become aware of what's changing. And then we'll roll back onto our bellies and we'll stay with the right foot. Again, your head to whichever side you prefer. I'm going to stay up just for the microphone. Bend both knees again. And now bring your right foot over to the right and then back to the center. So it's just your calf and shin actually that are moving. So the right foot and your right ankle is relaxed, your right foot is relaxed, and you're just moving the foot out to the right and then back to center. Your head is to one side. You can sort of let it drop out to the center and then out to the right and bring it back to center. Then now when you turn your head to the other side and you continue the movement, see if there's any change. Is the other side more comfortable, or is there no difference at all? Keep your mind observing, your mind in proprioception. And then we're going to go onto our backs again before we do the left hand side. So roll back onto your back. Eyes closed, and your awareness here in the right side of the body, in the right hip joint. And you probably notice there's a difference all along between the toes and the tip of the head. And then we'll roll over again, and we'll do both exercises on the left, one after the other. So first of all, bend your knees up and then place your head to one side on the ground, make yourself comfortable. Okay, you could even place a blanket underneath your head if you wanted. Okay, I'm staying up. And then just dorsiflex your ankle. So yeah, your foot is moving up towards the sky and then towards you. The toes stay still, and it's really just the ankle that's moving. So as we know, the whole body is connected through the connective tissue, hence the name. So whatever we're doing in one part of the body has a deep effect on all the rest. And then you can turn your head to the opposite side and continue the movement in your ankle. And then relax the foot. And now we'll go immediately to the next exercise. So we'll allow the left leg to move towards the left and then back to center. So it's just the lower leg that actually moves, but what we're doing with this movement is we're lubricating the hip joint. So your head can be to one side, keep it there for the moment. And then we'll move the head over to the other side and observe, is this different? Is it easier? Is it more difficult? You just stay in the observation. There's no right and no wrong here. And then release. We're going to turn onto our backs for the last time. Legs on the ground, arms on the ground, and take a moment here to sense your body. So a lot has happened already. And then bend your knees, bring your legs up to the sky, and keep your toes relaxed, your feet relaxed. Bring your hands next to the body, palms facing down. And then I invite you, trying not to move the shoulders, so shoulders stay still, to bring your legs up higher and then down again. Move your legs up towards the sky and bring them down again. Up towards the sky and down again. So we're accessing the core of the body here. So bring them up towards the sky and down again. So your hips will lift off the ground, your lower back, and you'll come all the way to the bottom ribs. 2 more times. And then release, allow the legs to stay up where they are. Bring both palms together. Bring the palms and the arms to the outside of the right leg, and then peel the shoulders off the ground and look past your hands. And come back again, and move up again, and come back again. So it'll be an exhale that brings you up. Try and get both shoulders off the ground, and the inhale will release back down. So up and down. 3 more times. And then bring both arms back behind you. You can bend the elbows if you wish. Palms facing up. Take a moment here. You might notice heat coming into the head already. Bring your focus to your feet. Feet are relaxed, legs are relaxed. And then again, both hands together, this time over to the left. And then on the exhale, we're going to lift the body off the ground, shoulder blades off the ground, and then back again. Shoulder blades off the ground and back. And 4 more times. And after the 4th time, relax, bring your hands back behind you, open your mouth. Often we tend to clench the jaws here, so open your mouth, bring your thumbs to the side of your jaws and just massage here a little bit. Keep your legs up towards the sky. Super. And now from here, we're going to bring the legs back behind us, and then we're going to roll up to sitting. Super. And then come onto all fours. So the last time we did this beautiful vinyasa, so put your feet on the ground, toes into the ground, lift your belly button up towards the navel, and then reach your arms long, reach your hips in the opposite direction, sit bones to the sky, keep your knees. A long, long stretch here, lengthen through the neck. And then if you want, you can straighten the legs, but make sure that your lower back doesn't curve upwards, but it stays in its beautiful curve inwards. And then from here, Looking forward, bring your left leg up towards the sky. Eyes come forward. On the exhale, left foot forward, right foot follows. Bow down deeply. Bring both feet together as one. Bow again a little bit more if you can. Reach the sit bones up towards the sky. And then gently bend your knees. Bring the upper body up with the arms facing forward, all the way up, all the way up. And on the exhale, bring your hands together in front of your heart. Bend your knees, touch the earth with your fingertips. If you can, keep the back of your neck long. And then keep your legs where they are and just stretch your arms up towards the sky. You can lift your gaze up towards the hands, the palms stay separate from one another. So you're really seated low here. And here we'll do the bellows breath, which we did in the first class, I think. So big inhale. Belly comes out, belly comes in towards the spine. And then straighten your legs, reach your arms up towards the sky, grasp your thumbs, lift up through the heart, and lift the heart up towards the sky, bending backwards. And then on the next exhale, both hands in front of your heart. Both arms up towards the sky, eyes move up. On the exhale, bow down deeply, head to knee. Crown of the head comes forward on the next inhale. Exhale, right leg goes back. And right leg stays, right foot stays at 45 degrees. Bend the front knee. Lift both arms up and forward, reaching forward through the fingertips. So your legs are in a warrior two stance and your arms are reaching forward. And then cartwheel your arms open and open up to the side for warrior two. Beautiful, super. Bring your right hand to the back leg. Lift your left arm up, look into the palm of your hand and reach all the way back, coming deeper into the front thigh. And then straighten the front leg. Bring your left hand to the inside of the left leg and reach your right arm up towards the sky. Beautiful. Side body stays low. And then coming back, open up, bend the front leg back into warrior two. And then from here, both arms cartwheel down, turn the back foot, back knee onto the ground, both arms up towards the sky, heart lifts up. And on the exhale, both hands to the ground, front leg comes back into plank, reaching through the heels and through the crown of the head. And then from here, come onto your knees, sit back into child's pose. Bring your hands over towards the right, the arms stay long. And your left hand on top of the right. And make sure both sit bones are sitting on the heels, bow your head down. So you're stretching the left-hand side of the body. Allow your breath to come into the ribs, to come underneath your armpit. And then move your hands back to center and all the way over to the left. Okay, without releasing your hips off the ground, so they stay, your pelvis stays on your heels, and then the right hand onto the left and bow down deeply. And allow the curiosity of your breath to fill the ribs, to fill the side body, to move underneath your armpit. And then come back to center. We'll come back onto or into plank position. And just observe the difference now. The side body is long, so stretch one leg and then the other. Your hands are strong. There's space. Push through your hands to create space in between the shoulder blades. Reach back through your heels. Make sure your buttocks are not up towards the sky, nor sinking down towards the earth, but they have a beautiful long position. Super. And your eyes are looking forward as if there were a triangle that connects, where your eyes are looking at both hands. And then knees to the earth, arms reach forward, bring your heart down to the earth in Anahata, the heart opening asana. Just as far as you can without the arms touching the earth. Belly button moves in towards the spine, eyes forward if this is possible for you. And then on the next inhale, come up, create the wave in your body and move down onto the ground. Remember that your legs begin in the kidneys, so place your hands on the kidneys, on the floating ribs at your back. And then just draw down over your buttocks and as far as you can with your hands, just to give the body the cue that your legs here are long. And then both arms reach back, both legs lift up towards the sky, the back of your neck stays long. Stay here for a couple of minutes. Long legs. And then hands underneath the shoulders, come up onto all fours, curl your toes under and move back into downward facing dog. You can release your head here, release your neck, let your head hang down. And then looking forward on the next inhale, the left leg rises towards the sky. Come up onto the toes of your right foot. Bring your left knee in towards the navel. And then bring the left knee towards the right armpit. And then up again. So we're crossing the body. So left knee comes in towards the navel and then towards the right armpit. And then back again up towards the sky. 2 more times. And you sort of move forward as if it were nearly into a plank position. And then the next time, left leg reaches up towards the sky. Come onto the toes of the right foot. Bring your left knee into the navel and then the left foot forward in between your hands. Back leg stays straight, heel facing backwards. And then on the next inhale, both arms towards the sky. Lift up the back leg and see if you can create more space here in both, in both sides of the body as you reach up towards the sky. And then fingertips to the earth, back leg comes to the front, bow down deep. On the next inhale, both arms up towards the sky. And then exhale your hands in front of your heart. Bring both feet together. Touch the earth with your fingertips. And then keep your hips where they are and just bring your arms up towards them. Hands facing each other, so there's energy in between the hands. And then Bhastrika breath. Pushing through your feet, lift your arms up towards the sky, interlace your thumbs, reach your heart up towards the sky, bending into a back bend. On the next exhale, both arms come down to touch the earth, head towards your knee. Inhale, crown of the head forward, and then your left leg will move back. Left foot 90 degrees. So find your length here, the foundation through your feet, and then just bring both arms forward. Upper body stays parallel to the earth, as it were, your arms reaching forward, crown of your head reaching forward. And then cartwheel your arms open into warrior. Left hand onto the left thigh, right arm opens, palm facing up and back, and come deeper into the front leg. And then straighten the front leg, bring the front arm onto the inside of the leg and reach the left arm up towards the sky. Fingers are touching. And see if you can align your shoulders so you can push into the hand against the leg, just to align the shoulders. You have the sensation that your shoulders in one line and the pelvis is not moving back, but it's actually moving forward. And then inhaling, coming up, warrior two. And then cartwheel your hands down, turn the back knee, bring the back knee to the ground, both arms up towards the sky, eyes come up. And then on the exhale, both hands on the ground, front leg goes back into plank. So find the length here in plank, a lightness as well. So the same lightness you might have felt at the very beginning when you moved your head. So we try and find lightness and space in the body. And then knees to the ground, sit back into child's pose. Here again, we're going to move both arms towards the right, and then the left hand on top of the right. Allowing the breath to find freedom all along the left-hand side. Center, and the same on the left-hand side. And then coming back to center, come up onto all fours, then reach your hands forward. Allow your heart to move down to the sky, to the earth. And you can either look forward or keep your head down. Make sure your arms are not touching the mat. You keep buoyant underneath the armpits. And then from here, allow a wave to move through the body. So the crest of the wave is underneath your pelvis, underneath belly button. And then you become the wave as your hips move down and then the upper body moves. Remember your long legs reaching from the kidneys, hands underneath the shoulders, elbows in towards you and back. And on the inhale, you sort of dialing your hands towards the body, the bottom of your hands towards the body, the top of the hands away. So this is a movement which happens inside. You don't see it on the outside, but that will give you more length as you come up into Cobra on the inhale. Opening your throat. And on the exhale. 2 more times. And then from here onto all fours and then back into downward facing. So your body is nice and warm now. We're going to do on the right-hand side what we did beforehand on the left. So reaching the right leg up towards the sky. You can come up onto the toes of the left foot and then bring the right knee in towards the navel and then towards the left armpit. As we move the body, we go into a plank and then reaching up behind. Leg moves all the way up. We've opened up the hip joint at the beginning with a very subtle movement. You might notice it here now. Continue 2 more times. And after the second time, the toes will reach up towards the sky, and then right knee into navel, foot comes forward, back heel stays up, and then both arms up towards the sky. So find strength and length here, so long side body, heart opens, shoulder blades move into the back of the heart, so you can open up wide here, strong back leg, and then fingertips to the floor, back leg to the front, and bow down. And then from here on the next inhale, reaching up towards the sky. On the exhale, both hands in front of you. Now we're going to bend the right knee over the left. I'm going to mirror you, so right knee over the left. And then place your foot, your hand, your left hand on your right foot, and then bow down to see how far you can bend the knee. And then really push into foot and the hand, push in. Hold. How deep you can. Oops. Without falling, of course, but if I have to show it, I fall. So don't focus. And then come back and we'll do the other side. Of course, the extension of this movement, we're not going to do online, but I think you know how it goes. And then same on the other side. So you're pressing your hand into your foot. And your foot into your hand, and you're bowing down. Find this balance, find peace and balance. Not so easy. And release. So if you want to try later, you know the posture. So we go like this, and then we bring the hands down, and then we balance the foot here. Okay, so this is what we're aiming to do, but we won't do it next time for yourself. Super. And then one more exercise here, and that'll be to bring, so either you can go into tree pose, which you know, so you bring one leg to the inside here of the other. I'm very wobbly today. Or you can bring one leg and try with your favorite leg first. You can bring it up here inside and you open. So you hold the foot with one hand. The option, either tree pose, or from here, you lean forward and see if you can touch the ground. And you bow down deeply. The right knee moves back, so be mindful of your knee. And then bend the standing leg, come back up again, reach your arms up. Whoops. I'm terribly wobbly today. Super, you're doing it really well. Okay, great. And then both arms back to this. And we'll do the other side. So your option could be simple tree pose, larger tree pose, or your foot here to the groin. If you want, you could bind. You could bring one hand behind you and touch the foot. And then we bow down. And bring the head down to your knee. And stay here for a couple of breaths. And when you're ready, come up again, keep the knee slightly bent, and then move up, your arms up towards the sky. And then exhale, coming. Wonderful. Great. And shake out your legs. Super. And then from here, we're going to come down into a squat so your feet can be wide. And just sit down into a squat. Take something underneath your heels if you need to. And then from here, sit back onto the mat. And now here your option can be, so if you just did tree pose, then do tree pose here in sitting. And for those of you who did this, who placed the foot in the groin, try and do that. So bring your right foot here into the groin of the left foot. Super. Okay, or to the inside of the thigh. And then if you wanted, you could bind, so you could hold your foot with the right hand. Okay, try and find it. You can use this strap here as well. And then from here, we're going to go into a forward fold. And stay for 3 long, deep breaths. Ready, come back. You can immediately change to the other side. So you stretch out your right leg and then either your left foot to the thigh or into the groin. And if you're in the groin, you can try and bind. So bring your left hand round to grasp the left foot. And then come into a forward fold. So what we're doing here with the foot is it creates pressure in certain points in the groin, which are acupressure points. So they affect our organs, our energy system, our hormonal system. And then you bow down. Three deep breaths here. Release, coming back up. Always observe. Take a moment to observe a change when you come back to sit up straight. Then release the leg in front of you. And then we're going to bend both knees, bring our hands behind us and come up into tabletop. And again, here we'll do the Bhastrika, the bellows breath in tabletop. Okay, so this will create space in the viscera, in the organs, and also in our hormonal system here. So come up into tabletop, hips come up, neck can stay either forward, or if it feels comfortable, you can release your head back, and then we'll do the Bhastrika breath here. "21 breaths, and then come back. Bring your hips back to the ground and bend your whole body forward. Come into a forward fold, your arms next to your body. You can round the whole of your back. Allow the head to sink down towards the knee. You might feel a sensation of warmth around your belly. We'll do this one more time. 21 breaths. So coming back into tabletop. And then we'll start together. And then release, come down, gently bring your hips down, pelvis down, and then come into a forward fold and sense all the warmth in the lower belly. You can see warmth also as light in the lower belly. Bow your head down. Allow your jaw to open and relax down here completely. And then coming back, and this time rather than going into tabletop, we're going to bring, you can either go back into tabletop or you keep your legs straight and then you bring the soles of your feet to touch the ground and your hips come up. Exactly, super. And then release your head back if this feels comfortable. And then come. Bring your right leg in towards you, so fold the right leg and bring the left leg over the right. If this is not possible for you because of your knee, you can keep the right leg stretched out, but if this is good for you, then we'll come into a twist this way. The right knee's bent, left leg is up, and then we're going to move over to the left, drawing your belly button in, moving back a little bit. So we've tried different ways of getting into the twist, and twists are always good for the digestive system, for the spine. And then look back over your left shoulder. And move both hands over towards the right, a gentle counter twist here. Notice the neck, release the shoulders down. And then release your legs. And we'll go directly to the other side. So your choice, either leave the left leg outstretched or bend it and bring the right foot over the left. And as soon as you've found your position, so feel free to move until you sense the sit bones on the ground. We'll bring the navel in and back and use that movement to twist. Your upper body stays broad and long. So like the upper body is like a triangle. The wonderful triangle of the triceps that we're accessing here. The shoulders straight. And this triangle goes all the way down to the bottom rib here, the 12th thoracic spine. 12th thoracic over your right shoulder. Eyes can be wide open. This will change the twist as well. Or you can keep Ananda Drishti when your eyes are sort of half closed and your gaze moves to infinity. And the next inhale, gently coming back, bringing both hands over to the left and bow down. From here, we're going to stretch both legs out onto the ground and then gently move back. So roll back, rounded spine, shoulders round, focusing on the navel and allowing the navel to dip down. So this is a slightly different move. Navel moves down all the way. until your head's on the ground. And then from here, we're going to come up again. So focusing on your navel, both feet are active and together. And then just roll the body all the way up again. So we did this in the last class as well. It's a great movement to activate the whole center of the body, to keep your spine flexible. 2 more times. What we'd like to always create is a sense of elasticity. So the body is elastic. And then on the next time, come down, release the whole body down to the ground. Bend your knees. Bring your left knee over the right, so cross your legs. And then lift up your pelvis and bring it towards the left. And then allow both knees to go over to the right. You be very mindful. This is quite a strong twist. And see how far you can go. So you can keep your hands on your body and create length here just by touching. And then your head will probably naturally roll in the opposite direction. So remember what we did at the beginning where we kept our hands glued to our body. You can do that here. As your hands will invite the breath to move into the parts of the body that are being especially targeted here. The loving touch of your hands on your body, the warmth streaming through your fingers. Gently move back to center. And before we do the other side, I invite you just to stretch both legs out as we did at the beginning, just to notice maybe a difference between right side and left. You actually sense what has been happening. And then we'll do the other side. So you bend your left knee, cross the right leg over the left, and then lift your pelvis off the ground and bring it over to the right, and your knees are going to move towards the left. And take your time going down, and keep your hands on your body, maybe one hand on the ribs, your left hand, and the right hand here glued to the hips. And invite your breath into your hands. Your head will probably move in the other direction, or it might want to stay in the same direction as the legs. It doesn't really matter. And gently coming back, take your time, be mindful, and then find alignment in your body. Now you can take your blanket and cover yourself up. Just before you enter Shavasana, move your head from side to side. Remember the lightness we found in the skull at the very beginning. And then let your whole body relax down to the earth. The body is present and completely relaxed. When we let go of the body completely, something happens at a very, very deep level. The nervous system and restore and renew itself. Allow the toes to relax, the feet, your ankles that you moved, shins, calves, your knees, the heavy thigh bone relaxes. Your hip sockets open, pelvis sinks down. You observe the gentle movement as your belly responds to the breath, moving out on the inhale and coming in towards the center on the exhale. Your lower back is relaxed, your middle back, the upper back. You notice in the front body how with every inhale the ribs expand, the lungs widen, your heart shines forth. With every exhale, the ribs come in and the lungs hug and embrace and massage the heart. Relax your shoulders, your upper arms, your elbows, your lower arms, your wrists, backs of your hands, your fingers. Notice how the palms of your hands become soft and warm and receptive. Relax your neck and your throat. Relax your lips. Your tongue sink down into the ground of your mouth. Upper palate moves through the back of the head towards the earth. Relax your ears and the ocean inside your ears. Your eyelids soft and transparent like rose petals. Covering the seas of your eyes. Forehead widens to both sides. Relax your scalp, whole of your head, whole of your body. The whole of your body is relaxed and at peace. Nothing to do and nowhere to go. All is well and the earth holds you. The waters wash away all the tension, the anxiety, the worry, to allow you to be clean again, empty again. So that all action comes from emptiness. And then gently deepen your breath. You can either stay here in Shavasana if you wish to, or you can gently deepen your breath and start moving and stretching your body, yawning, opening your mouth wide, creating space. Ah, and then come up into a seated position, or just simply stay where you are. Bring both hands together in front of our hearts, in front of the temple of our hearts, and bow our heads down to the wisdom of our own hearts and our hearts to the Mother Earth.